going on?
Says what?
We're live, baby.
On YouTube.
You sure?
That's what it says right now.
Well, I just tried to I refreshed and it said an error. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, yep.
So we're definitely live.
What's up, guys? We're a little early. Please stand by.
I just started pressing all these buttons.
I haven't done my hair yet.
All you pair addicted people coming in to watch the show. Start a little early.
Right? The early birds.
We do this every week. We're early every week. But I wasn't ready yet.
Hey, I'm wondering, I don't think that they see it live yet because they're still on an old.
Yeah. No, we're live.
Yeah.
I clicked start stream. So normally you start the stream from Zoom. And the way that I set this one up, I actually started it on YouTube.
Yep. We're live.
Yep. Welcome.
Jalisco. Mexico's calling.
Mexico.
Hey, Roy, bring me the bucket.
Bring me the bucket.
Bring me the bucket. PPG Bobfather's bringing me the bucket.
We are a little bit early, guys. I think we're just going to let it rip.
Why not?
Yeah, I made a mistake on, there's so many different things to click, so many buttons you have to click now to be able to make the show, send out an invite half an hour early. And I clicked one too many buttons. I clicked the live button and on YouTube. Last time it sent me over to Zoom. So we're early. Welcome to Paragliding Talk.com. Glad that you're here. Josh Boden is the special guest tonight. I had some other things that I wanted to actually do pre-show. I guess we're not going to do that. We're just going to go straight into the good stuff. Welcome. If you haven't already been a part of the show at some point, or if you haven't seen Paragliding Talk, I want to encourage you to click the subscribe button and join this family, this community, if you will, of pilots. Paramotoring, free flight. Doesn't matter if you're a trike flyer, if you're a foot launch guy. Doesn't matter if you're into, just only full biv, camp flying. Where we maybe you're a hang glider guy. We appreciate you, and you're in good company. So anyways, the show is sponsored by a whole bunch of people, and I want to just do the order of business real quick and just say that I appreciate all the sponsors. PPG Smoke is one of the main sponsors of the show. They donate like $10,000 worth of stuff, maybe more than that worth of flying equipment, and everything from strobes to floats, lamels for your paramotoring, smoke machines. What am I forgetting? There's all kinds of good stuff. So go check out his website, ppgsmoke.com. That's Ryan Roberts and his group. Show's also brought to you by paramotorprops.com. That's the guys from One Up Paragliding, Travis Burns and Kyle Mooney. Go check out their website, paramotorprops.com. They got great deals on paramotor props. Show's also brought to you by paraorangeproducts.com. Larry and he calls his wife the bag lady, Chris. She's the one that actually makes everything. I think he just flies. That's all he does, is just flies around. He doesn't actually do any work. But anyways, Larry, his group, paraorangeproducts.com. Go check that out. Show's also brought to you by Mike Cotter and the guys at flymyppg.com. I just saw some cool videos this morning on him helping the Gorilla do a foot launch. That was pretty cool. So check out their website. And then also Nebraska PPG. Josh Boden is a special guest tonight. So he hasn't logged on yet because show doesn't start for another 20 minutes or 18 minutes. So anyways, hey, Mitch Briggs, how you doing? Uh, we've got shows also brought to you by the Tri-State Skywalker Club. If you know about clubs, go check out the Skywalkers. There's a link in the description on this, and you can connect with Brandon McCloud. But they have a flying club. They're all over the place, man. I was talking to Skywalkers here at the Salton Sea Fly-In. So pretty cool. These guys are awesome. Really appreciate Brandon McCloud. He's been a huge supporter of the show from the very beginning, and can't wait until his schedule clears up a little bit so you can start joining us again. Show is also brought to you by iFly Indiana Powered Paragliding. If you're interested in flying paramotors, there's no better place than in the iFly Indiana Powered Paragliding group. The website is iflyindiana.com, and reach out to Kevin. He's the main instructor. Hey, Bob Garber, how you doing? Show is also brought to you by Resurgence PPG. This year, we're going to try to sponsor 20 candidates. If you are wanting to support that, these guys are typically wounded warriors. Maybe it's physically, sometimes mentally, from putting their life on the line to protect our country. They're awesome guys, and they are hand selected by. I'm not sure how he actually goes through and selects, but anyways, they sponsor these guys that want to get training, and a lot of times it helps them to cope with PTSD, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Support them. Resurgence PPG is a 501c3, non-taxable, or how do you say that? Tax exempt. So if you want to make your donation, you get a tax write-off. It's pretty cool. And yeah, pretty excited about tonight's show. We're going to talk a little bit about the Salton Sea Fly-In. How many of you guys got to go and see the Salton Sea Fly-In or fly at this Salton Sea Fly-In? Gonna get my notes. I'm all scattered. I literally just walked in the door, by the way. Work had me work to the last second. I had an inspection, and the inspector showed up right when I got off of work. So I had to do some
And
overtime.
Robert, since we're early, I can bring this up too, because this is important, just like our sponsors. You know, I've been doing this task with the names and the wheel and everything.
Uh-huh.
There is updates. Okay. Updates to the wheel. There is a problem.
Uh-huh. There's a problem with the wheel?
There's a problem with the wheel.
Uh-oh.
We have a limitation on how many people I can put on the wheel at one time.
Really?
Yes.
How many people?
The number is 200.
Oh, okay.
If there are over 200 people in the chat, their names, it doesn't matter how many times I type their name in, it will not go in. So
interesting.
Yes, I found out that there is a limit to how many names I can put in, and the maximum number is 200. So if there's more than 200 people in the chat and you don't see your name, odds are that's probably why. Is maximum capacity.
Yeah, what's been the max that we've hit, Robert? 113 or something? 150?
Oh yeah, on a regular show, I think we were in the around 100, something like that.
Yeah, we've been close a couple of times, not all the time, but we've been close a few times. But they had been playing kind of with the amount of spaces, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if it had something to do with the randomizer or how everything's all set. I have no idea, but I know that I adjusted it specifically so I could get the maximum amount of names in. So yeah. Now you know.
I just recorded something. I'm gonna try something here.
Mike S., do you want me to make that official? Text. in the chat.
Make what official?
He says, Robert Michaels, I've got a PPG smoke chase cam that I'm not going to be able to use. Give it away tonight if you want.
What?
I guess we just made it official.
Yeah. Mike S., you rock, man. I'm writing this down right now. Paul Elwood last week. If Paul, if you're in the chat already, I need you to message me with your address and shirt size so I can send you your prize. You won a shirt last week. So this week we're giving away a chase cam, PPG smoke chase cam. Provided by Mike S.
Oh, I didn't see the other note, and it includes a $25. No, I'm just
For Mike.
Just give it out cash.
So you're getting a pre-show tonight. You're getting the full effect.
For those dedicated early birds, man.
Yeah, this is a reward for all the early birds. If you're all of the people that are watching right now, you guys are the early birds, and a lot of times you guys show up ahead of the show and you guys are already talking about stuff. And I think it's awesome, man. I love it. And I'm excited that that there's people that are just as psychotic about this sport as I am. To like
chaos in action.
Yeah. This is what we do. Now, normally what's happening right now is I'm writing down things that we're going to talk about. I'm strategizing where we're going to do our breaks. Last week, we decided we were going to break up the advertisements in sections and do 2 and then 2 and then 2. And so also some of the things that we'll do is we'll decide what we're going to give away. Sometimes we'll say what we're going to give away. What else? We do all kinds of fun stuff. If you're just logging in, Larry, by the way, Larry probably doesn't know we're already live because I just went ahead and hit the button. He doesn't even have headphones on yet. Yeah, we're already live, Larry. Just letting you know. What else do we do in the pre-show? Oh, usually we have these highly stressful moments where the guest that's coming on the show he's fumbling trying to figure out how to log in. That's always fun. Speaking of, I need to send. Let me just do something real quick.
Am I late?
No, you're early. You're
you're
on time.
Your clocks have all broken.
Okay, I want to just make sure that the guest for this
Well,
show.
see, the poles have flipped. The magnetic poles, and so your time is way off, Larry. I'm sorry to inform you, but you've lost a.
Did you say the bag lady flipped?
Hey, so early in the chat around 5 o'clock, they were talking about yesterday's news. The guy that got caught, he was flying a trike or quadding.
Yes.
On power lines.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight.
Sacramento, Yuba City, or something like that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Maybe that should be the pre-show topic. I want to grab something that I got from Craig Taylor. Hold on a second.
It's good to see you, Larry.
Good to see you, Sean.
You know, I hear you're going to be at Palm Bay.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Although now it's not called Palm Bay. They call it Florida Fun Fest.
That's just a fancy way of saying Palm Bay.
Yes, actually, it seems that it's going to be as bigger than it ever has before.
Ooh, yeah.
So we're looking forward to the matter of fact, which I was going to talk about at the halftime if Robert allows me. We're introducing our new product there.
Nice.
So, okay.
Check this out. I got my PPG helmet.
All right.
Nice.
Ready to rock and roll. This thing's official too.
You look super serious in that, man.
That looks like mine. Does that have the comms in it and everything?
It does.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
that a airband or a 2 meter?
Well, no, it doesn't. It's whatever I plug into it.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah, it's whatever each one. So I already know that it works for my radio, and that's what's important.
What do
And
what do you guys use when you fly? 2 meter radios?
yeah, just ham radios. Joshua Boden is logging in. Josh, if you can hear me, we're already live. Just want to let you know ahead of time. So what ended up happening is they had me work late, and then I came in here and I stormed the setup of the live stream. And so as soon as I got in here, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start clicking buttons, and I accidentally clicked one too many, and I hit live, and it forced the show into live streaming.
Oh,
Yeah. Matt Minyard's in the chat. Welcome, Craig Taylor. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure both cables are good to go. I sent that picture to Matt Minyard, and he said that it was from China, and it possibly had the unspoken virus. Horrible.
don't laugh.
Horrible.
We just got 2 cases of items related to our industry to work on and modify that came from China. And the bag ladies will only touch them with gloves on.
Yeah.
So I try to explain that the chances of bacteria living that long on those devices would be slim to none. But
Yeah. So if you're just joining us, how many people are logged on now? I can't. I need to switch this.
146.
Oh my word! It's not true.
No,
I
there's
can't see
47 people.
analytics viewer activity. Maybe that's it. Oh yeah, I heard 47 people. Wow, 47 people are early.
Yeah.
Back to the old days.
You guys are achievers, man. High achievers. We already did all the pre-show stuff. Josh Bowden's having some technical difficulties, I think. He's a working man too, so he's probably working right up to the last minute. Did anybody see the video of the gorilla foot launching?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Isn't that amazing?
Knowing Rick, yes.
We're already live, babe. I screwed up and accidentally hit the live button. People are getting a sneak preview into the.
So you're like, oh dang! At one point were you like, oh dang, we're live? What time was it? Like at 5:50?
No, actually, we were like 20 minutes early.
Oh my god.
I know.
So.
By the way, I got a shirt. Check this out.
Oh crap! So I've been.
Nice.
Yeah, we've been hearing you sing. We were all laughing.
No, you did it.
No, I'm just.
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
Oh my gosh! Thank God.
Oh, totally heard it.
It's funny. I can see how long the delay is. So I really apologize, guys. I'm normally not this unprepared. I typically try to be pretty organized with this thing, but once you hit live, I feel like you have an obligation just to go live from there. You don't just, oh, sorry guys, let me turn that off and create a new stream. Nah, we'll just chill. We'll let you guys in. Glad that you're here. Really
Jim
appreciate
Sharp
everybody.
always says it's approved. You're pre-approved to do it early and late, extended.
Interesting.
You know, I'd like to shout
good.
out. I'd like to shout out to somebody I haven't seen in the chat in a while, and I don't know what his circumstances are, and it used to drive me nuts because he had a really long name until I started seeing like really, really long names, like Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane kind of name. You know what I mean? I want to give a shout out to 577 Jersey Customs.
Oh yeah.
You know, that old boy used to come in all the time, and I know he's probably been busy with life and things, but if he still catches up on the show, still send prayers out for his pops and
Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
For
a
real.
champ. Like that guy. I'm looking at the chat right now. It's just
Blowing up.
going. Yeah, it's just going crazy.
Thanks,
I wonder
Robert.
if I can I think I'm gonna leave. Let's see if we can leave this up.
Yankee wants to know why you're not in the bunker tonight.
I didn't have a chance to bring the computer down there.
I have to tell you something.
Dang kids.
I might have sprained.
Pop out chat. Here we go.
I think I sprained my wrist.
You sprained your wrist.
Yeah, I heard.
And of course, your mom's in the
And
chat already.
Nice. Appreciate everybody logging in early and being patient.
Ooh. Can I put it on?
I'm all set. Okay.
Can I put this on?
Hey, you Kick Rocks. The show's live.
Oh, this?
Yeah. Get out of here.
Got to make it official, Rob.
That's right. We got 2 minutes left.
Oh, yeah.
You're not live.
Yeah, no, we're live. Just people are getting a little peek into the pre-show.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything. Because of how sick this is.
I spent that whole time just trying to spell the word absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna kick some rocks.
Okay. Yeah, because they can hear you, so get out.
I saw Josh for a moment.
Wait, can I go on your work phone?
Oh, did he chime in?
I didn't hear him, but I saw him just for a quick moment, and then he went blank again.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, something's clicking over there. Close this. Okay. Boom.
Can I go on your work
And boom goes the dynamite. No, you can't.
Dang.
Okay, bye. Have a good night. Have a nice life.
Bye.
All right.
Tell them I said bye.
Okay, they can hear you. Shut the door.
I said
We're
tell
doing it live! Right. That's what we normally do at 1 minute.
Yep.
And then I start clicking some buttons over here. So when we did the trip to the Salton Sea, Anthony Peregrino, that's where we camped, and we were literally like just a few campsites over from the Superdale. And so we it's pretty funny because we're talking about the show, and so Anthony, as soon as I get to camp, he yells out, "We're doing it live!" And so that was kind of the theme of the first couple days, I guess, for the first day at least. And so everything that we were doing, we're doing it live. And if you don't know where that's from, Bill O'Reilly, he had this outburst. He was doing some show and he was having some hard times. Yeah, and the cameras were live and he was freaking out. So he's losing his mind, and the teleprompter's not working, and things are spelled wrong, and it's just not working. And so anyways, he screams, we're just forget it, we're doing it live. He cusses a lot, so don't watch that video. It's a bad one. But I like to yell and tell the fam to be quiet so I can go live. Doing it live. And then the other part of the story, I don't know if I want to share this part of the story. It's kind of vulgar, but I guess I'll share it anyways. I had a coworker that shared a story with me how he used to run a paver, and the paver was the machine that lays down asphalt. Once you start paving, you can't stop. And my buddy was telling me he worked on the paver. He was the guy that would kind of like jump on and jump off, and there's a guy, like, his job is to drive the paver, and you don't stop driving until it's done because the asphalt's hot and you can't stop the machine. And anyways, this guy, he had stomach problems bad, and so the only thing he could do is he had this bucket. And so my buddy's name's Roy. He's like, the guy, he's a Mexican guy. He's like, Roy, give me the bucket. And so he would have to, so he didn't duke himself. So yeah. Anyways, that's what we were saying all weekend, because while we're camping, we too had to use the bucket. We're not high rollers like some of the Josh Boden. Yeah, like massive RV. Oh, you're trying to find the picture? Yeah. So that's what we were doing all week. Super fun.
Robert, they sell something called a cassette toilet.
Oh yeah, cassette
Like
toilet. Huh?
for $40, invest in a cassette toilet.
We used Home Depot.
It even flushes. Yeah, I know.
Home Depot bucket, man. It worked like a champ. Give me the bucket. At Roy. Yeah. So anyways, glad that you're here. Everybody's logging in now. It's 6:02. Appreciate you. Glad you're welcome to paraglidingtalk.com. I'm your host, Robert Michiels. We've got a great show lined up. Josh Boden is with us. Cue the kids clapping. Where's my sound effects? I was trying to add some new sound effects. Didn't work out very good, but let's see. Did I pick the right one? Yay. Josh Boden. Josh Boden's a champ. And he let me fly some of his gear at the Salton Sea flying. And so I'm so super grateful. Anyways, Josh is with us. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for taking some time out of your night to come on the show. Paraglidingtalk.com. I've got no audio coming from Josh Boden. Moderators, what's going on around here? I know it's just Josh.
That's because he's in an airfield.
Yeah, he's in an airfield. He can't hear anything. No microphone. So you have to go into the settings, Josh, and
Yeah.
do it again.
Yeah.
Got it? Yep.
Yeah.
It's showing.
I hear it now.
Yes.
He's a little weak. He
Yeah.
might need to adjust the settings on the microphone through Zoom on the settings.
I don't
What
That
is
might
this?
help.
Stuff.
Ripman sent me a link. Let's take a look at this link. I'm thinking it. Yep, I had a feeling. Portable
could-
toilet.
You could adjust your microphone where it'd be like test speaker and microphone, and then you can adjust it from there. I'm pretty sure it's the little arrow next to the mute button.
We're super disorganized tonight, guys. I apologize. I worked till the last second, and then I jumped on. So, by the way, the show is brought to you by a few different people. I want to just real quick do the shot. We already did it at the very beginning of the show, but I want to do it again just real quick because everybody's logging in now. PPGsmoke.com, paramotorprops.com. These are the websites I want to encourage you to go and check out. Buy something from them. Paraorangeproducts.com. Larry, he's with us tonight. Also, Fly My PPG. They sponsor the show. These are paying customers. Okay. We're just taking care of the paying customers. FlyMyPPG.com. That's the website. Mike, he's in Michigan. So if you're in Michigan, you can get some training over there. The show's also brought to you by Nebraska PPG. Josh Boden. He's the guy that's on the show tonight. If you have any questions about going to his school or learning, it seems like he'll come to you. He came to me. He went to the Salton Sea, so he did some training with me. Bada boom, bada bing.
It's the only reason I came.
Was it the only reason?
That's it.
And he came, trained me, then he was on his way. The show is also brought to you by the Tri-State Skywalkers. Go check out their website. There's a link in the description. I don't think they have a website, but there's a link so you can get a hold of Brand McCloud, who is a champion, by the way. Go check out the Skywalkers. I met a couple of them at the Salton Sea flying. It was pretty amazing, actually. The show's also brought to you by iFly Indiana Powered Paragliding. If you're interested in flying paramotors, no better place to get the proper training than iFly Indiana Powered Paragliding. Lastly, go check out Resurgence PPG and support them. We're trying to sponsor 20 candidates, so go donate some money to him right away, and it is tax deductible. Bada boom, bada bing. If you want to support the show and keep this show going, you can support it on Patreon or PayPal. And if you're really fascinated with the internet, there's a new way you can give: Venmo. I just opened a Venmo account. So if you want to help, if you want to continue the show, make it better, let's make this thing fantastic. Thank you, Ripman, for sending me the Porta Potty 565E model link in the description. Thank you. Porta Potty. Josh Boden.
Hey, buddy. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great, man.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So we were talking just before the show, and there's some guy up in Sacramento. Is that what we said it was? He got his butt kicked.
I didn't hear about this.
He was hanging for 3 hours for power lines.
Oh,
on a trike. And it sounds like he's a brand new guy. And so the instructor was the guy that was there first, obviously. Something happened. Anybody got any details on that, by the way?
I watched some of the video. it was daylight when he got stuck and it was night when they got him down. So there was a couple of reporters on there, and I heard something from that looked like he had some sort of cast or something on his ankle. They didn't know if it was the fireman put it on there at that time or he was flying with it. I thought maybe somebody said that he was flying with it, but he was strapped in, leaning forward. So it was looked like it was pretty exhausting. I don't know much of the other details, but people were pissed because their power was out,
Oh, yeah.
on the wires.
PG&E had to come. It took them 3 hours though. 3 hours to shut the power off. I know they had to do some stuff, and let this be a lesson to you. If you do get hung up in the power lines, they will have to. And Josh is an electrician, so maybe you could explain this. You've got to release some of that energy that's still in there even after the power shut off. Is that true?
Yeah, there's some leftover sometimes, depending on, every system is different. A few years ago, I was digging a trench for a barn and locate was off by 3 foot and I hit an 8100 volt line and it knocked the power out right away. Yeah, I was on a metal excavator, so I was okay. I didn't think of anything. I just called the hotline and called the utilities, and the utilities came out. They're like, "Who was on the digger?" I said, "Me." He's like, "You're okay?" I said, "Didn't even think about that. I was just worried about the cell tower I knocked out and the potential neighborhood." So, yeah, there can be stuff left over. Who knows?
And if you've ever seen the videos of the connection points, like how they have to fix them, oh, that's a nightmare.
Yeah, and this was underground. And when I hit it with the excavator, I actually pulled a joint that was made about 40 foot away. I pulled that apart too. So after they fixed the one, they found another one 40 foot away that pulled a previous repair. So that was
Out.
good. Yeah.
Oh, so they fixed that one, and then there was like, it's not working still.
Turned it on, and it went boom.
Oh no!
About 40 foot away.
Something
Yeah.
tells
No
me that
kidding.
your ears were burning for several hours.
Well, it was. I heard it. I looked over to the transformer. That wasn't smoking. I looked at another transformer. That wasn't smoking. I looked across the street, and the fuse was dropped out of the overhead, the 13,000 volt line. But then it dropped down to 8100 at some point. So, yeah. But yeah, you have to be careful because is it still on? Did you knock it out without knowing more? Who knows? But they got to do it very delicately to make sure nothing else goes bad or worse.
Right. And that's a whole different bit. I don't expect that you've done any of that high voltage stuff. That's a whole different beast for most electricians.
Stuff.
Yeah, utilities. The in the video of the guy hanging, he's kind of he's dangling there, and then the workers come. The first thing that they want to do is verify. So they put testers on there to make sure that the power's off, and then they did some kind of a discharge, or they did something to ground it, I guess, just to verify, because these first responders are going to come up there and they're going to try to pick them off of there. They could get zapped.
Absolutely.
They're going to be the conduit that shocks them. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. So you can probably just Google recent event. It was nationwide. I got a bunch of phone calls this morning.
I have not seen it yet, but
yeah, poor guy.
I'll have to look.
New student. So moral of the story, what we can take away before, eventually we'll find out what actually went on, but
yeah,
we don't want to throw anybody under the bus or
not yet.
make any assumptions. Not yet. Yeah.
Not yet.
By the way,
somebody will.
Somebody will. Yeah.
Yeah. Only a matter of days.
So Todd Scandrick runs the Resurgence PPG. He just messaged me, and he wanted me to let everybody know that he's been out of the loop recently because of a family emergency, and that as soon as the dust settles, he'll respond to some of these emails. There's probably some people waiting for some answers, something like that. He's just focusing on the family right now. So not sure all the details about that, but hopefully everything's okay. And
that makes sense why he hasn't responded to me. I texted him 2 days ago to ask him what the story was for March, but family is an important thing.
Yeah. So he just sent that message right now, and he said, "Thanks, and tell Josh I miss him."
Oh.
And I'm not sure if he means like AIM, like if he's.
Yeah, Dance.
It misses you.
Yeah. Dance.
By the way, I really had an awesome time at the Salton Sea flying. We only got to fly once or twice, but that was amazing, man. So really appreciate you helping me. And I could see the trainer in you, bro. You just instantly went into training mode. I grabbed my stuff. You helped me. You were focused and helped me get off the ground. I really appreciate letting me gamble with your machine.
It was an honor flying with you. It was a great time.
Super fun,
Really good. Yeah.
So what did you guys do after that, by the way?
Hung out there for another day or two. Would you leave Saturday?
Yeah, I had to leave Saturday in the morning or afternoon, I guess.
I think we left Sunday. We loaded up, headed over to Torrey. I don't have a P anything, so I just hung out, watched everybody fly. I think Sunday was not great, but Monday was good. Then we went and got food by the beach. Headed over to Glamis. I had that side by side in the trailer. A quarter mile into the dunes, tire came off the bead. Luckily, I wasn't that far away from somebody. I didn't have any ether to blow the tire up on the wheel. Got back. It kind of all worked out that we were in the dunes. One guy wanted to go back. Another guy's flag broke. We went a different route. The bead came off. The tire came off the bead, went back, and then it was time to do a couple tandems. So then just fire and cocktails, wake up, do it again. I attempted a no-hand launch. It was perfect, but this guy forgot to stow his brakes, and he decided that one of his toggles would go in his prop.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, on free flight or motor?
At Glamis motor. Yeah.
Wait, you were okay? Oh my god.
Okay, so I landed, and I turned, and the glider's just sitting there. I'm like, well, this is a good time for me to just start my motor back up, turn around, and gun it. So I started and turned, and it was a different wing. So on two of my other wings, the magnets just catch. Well, this was a BGD Luna 2, and they kind of hung out a little further. Started the motor, turned, started giving it gas, then pop, 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 sucked one in. I only walked about 2 feet, so I hadn't gone anywhere. But I'm like, hey, I'm going to do a no-hand launch. And it all looked perfect. Steve from Parajet has video of it. It's pretty great.
Really?
Yeah. I'm dumb.
Well, we need to see that. I was just thinking how dumb I am for saying that you were. How could you be free flight if the toggle went in the motor?
That's a good point.
That's how dumb I am.
But you're the only one that caught that. As of now.
Hey, I'm just taking names here, man.
I'm just taking names.
Let's see if I can get that on the screen share. I don't know.
Drain damage. So I don't think Josh even knew that I was coming because when we talked, I was like, yeah, I don't think I can go. My wife is making me go to this thing, and it was supposed to be a Valentine's thing. And anyways, it worked out really good because I just kind of forced Josh to train me.
Well, no, it was great because a student that I had from Colorado, he said, hey, is that the guy? You know the guy? I'm like, I don't know the guy. The guy, he's got the Paramotor Nation or something this. I'm like, are you talking about Robert? The show that I've been on? He said, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't see him. And then I saw, and I'm like, that kind of looks like him. So you land, and I come up to you, and it was kind of like, oh, look who's right in front of each other. You just happen to be flying right in front of us.
And I had the GoPro out too, so you'll see it in the video on Saturday. It's all edited and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it was good to come up, meet you finally in person, and kind of surprise you from off to the side. It was cool. Yeah,
that was rad. I want to do it again.
You should.
And they do that. They do that every year.
Yeah.
I'm ready for next year.
Need a motor, man.
Yeah, I got to get a motor.
People in the chat want to know what the status is.
It's coming someday.
One way or another.
Someday.
Let me see. Does that show up on my phone? No, of course it doesn't because it's a phone. I've got the video of it. It was great. It's a good lesson. clip your brake lines in, because I could have got off the ground and and then
Right
not
in the
good.
ground.
Josh, you have to turn your background off and it'll show up.
Okay, I'm gonna try and put this on the TV on the screen, but or we can do that too.
Oh yeah, screen share.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
So
but yeah, continue.
right away, when I got to the Salton Sea, there was some guys messing around, and it was already dark. There was a few guys that were messing around, and I came across Matt Minyard, so he was there. Also got to meet Chris Santacroce face to face for the first time. Josh Boden face to face. Also Predator Paramotor, Chris Holbert. He's the one that gave me this shirt. Super cool guy. And one of his guys named Dustin actually let me fly his Adam 80. And man, that thing is so cool. And an Adam 80 is not it's not a weak motor by any means. I was kind of expecting, everybody I hear, it's like, oh yeah, Adam 80 is nothing. You need a Moster 185. But it actually had some torque to it, man. It sent me. It was perfect, man. I had a great time with it. Really light.
As a matter of fact, he just stepped into the chat. Predator Paramotor.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Should send him an invite. Yeah. So, anyways, let's get down to business. So, Josh Boden, you've got a school. You're training down there in Nebraska. Are you able to pretty much train year round? Are you teaching people a lot, or what? How's it going over there?
It depends on how much cold you can take. This morning it was 2 degrees. So who wants to go out at 7 o'clock? 2 degrees. 2. That was on my way to drop off my daughter. So that was at 7:30. 2.
Oof.
By the time I got her to school, it was 9. So the sun does pick up, and then it melts the frost that's on the ground. So the wing kind of absorbs a little bit. So I would say the wintertime here, I let it kind of be the continuing ed. The people that need flights, the people that brave the cold. That's kind of what I do from during the winter. And then I kind of do that August, end of July and August too. It gets really hot. So like 98 with 95% humidity. So I kind of do a little month-long break and just do continuing ed and racking people's flights up, but nothing new for just that 1 month.
I've got some ideas about what it would take to teach people. What was it that stood out to you that you were like, you know what, I need to teach, I need to train people?
I was always kind of helping everybody. I was helping the past instructor, and he was just kind of getting old and cranky. And I had some other people at the field. They were like, man, we need somebody to teach all these skydivers that want to fly, and we need somebody to teach new guys. I'm not going to say it was crap training, but it needed some refinement, some refreshment, some, more safety, rather than just go, add power, and you learn nothing in the process. A 2-day training where you're on your own after that. It was, you need to learn airspace and what bad weather is. And if you're flying in a new place, fly high, then fly a little lower, and then fly a little lower and get to know the power lines, the barbed wire fences. That's how you stay out of those things. So it was just kind of a necessity around here. And I was kind of voted in by the community. And then I had, somebody in the bigger community that came to me and said, hey, you should jump in with us and be an alliance partner. So I did that for a little while with Aviator. But
you have a field pretty much right there at the house, or you have to drive somewhere?
It's 25 minutes from me. But yeah, we lease 20 acres of sod field.
And then are you guys doing tows as well?
Yeah.
and you have tow machine set up, and you've got somebody that helps you operate that as well. So you have
Yep.
somebody that helps you
Yeah,
more than one person.
He wasn't there at Salton, but I think I have him talked into it. During tows and solos is a very fun time at the field because we have a group chat, and when it pops up, hey, solos and tows, everybody comes to watch, to congratulate, to see progression, because it's never really happened before at our field. It's just
Nice.
been go. So everybody gets really excited about it, and it's cool. It brings the community together. It's pretty awesome.
On as far as certifications, what do you have to get some certifications, obviously, for towing.
Mhm.
You got to get some certifications to be able to train all that. What is it that you had to do? I'm just thinking for this season.
Or do you have to have certifications?
Yeah. What is it that what's out there?
Well, I suppose anybody can just say, yeah, I'm a trainer, I'm an instructor. We've seen that happen a lot. There's the ASC, there's the USPPA, there's a couple other ones. I think it's good that somebody that's going to train takes the initiative to be a part of one or more. I was a part of USPPA first, and then because the USC had a tandem wheel exemption, from what I understand, before the USPPA, I joined them, the USC, but then USPPA got it. I could be wrong about who had it first, but when the USPPA got it, I kind of just continued with that. But I feel like it was very important to be a part of the USPPA because, again, it's a community, and it's only a matter of time before the FAA does step in and try to govern parts of us, and to be part of the solution is probably a good thing. A lot of people say, nah, I don't need to be a part of this group, or nobody can tell me who I can train, when I can train, where I can fly. But in reality, it will be governed at some level. It might just be put an N number type on your wing, register your wing like they do with drones, register your number, you have to put it on the wing. It might just be that. They don't, like Jeff says, they don't want anything to do with this right now, but until more guys go into power lines or worse, a little GA aircraft, or even worse, a commercial airline. So as long as we keep our sport, activity, hobby, whatever it is, pure, we can preserve it.
Yeah, that's a huge thing right there, just to stay off the radar of these guys.
Absolutely.
Stay away from any kind of reckless. One of the things that I think makes the show important is that we have these discussions where, we're all pretty crazy. Like, if you're in this part of aviation, you're on the wild end of life. Like, we'll just be honest. Okay.
Michael, no pin.
Sorry.
Realistically, right? We're all just we're missing. What do you say? I'm a few tacos short of a tin shed with tools in it.
Okay.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. We got, like, for me, I got in sport. I was pretty crazy. I bought my stuff off of eBay. I went down the street. I went to the park and I started trying what I learned on YouTube. I'm like, I'm going to try this, man. I can do this. Pulling on the wing, dragging it across the park. Probably look like a complete idiot. But once I started talking to the community, like, hey, bro, dial it back. You need to do this. There's some organization involved. Like, hey, join the United States Hang Gliding Paragliding Association. At least you'd be insured when you died on somebody's property, and then we don't get a site closed down. Oh, okay, I'll do that. Yeah. $150, and I'm a good deal. Ryan Roberts, he's in the chat right now. He actually was there watching me send it off a little black a couple times before I had anything. Somebody stopped me. They were like, do you have a P rating? I'm like, yeah, I'm a P0. I have nothing.
I
It
can't.
was the site director, by the way.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I gotta pee. Pee in the bushes. Anyways, if you're like me, there's a little bit of rebellion, there's a little bit of rogue in you, and every one of us has a little bit of that, but we have to harness that so we don't screw up the sport for other people for the future.
And ourselves.
Yeah, and ourselves. And I don't want anybody coming in and regulating, telling me when I can fly, when I can't fly. Nobody likes that. But if we screw it up for ourselves, that's what's going to happen.
It'll be sooner than later.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Let's talk a little bit about your passion for free flight, because it's something I'm very passionate about. What's your plans to get your certification so next year when you come to fly Tory?
Yeah, I just need to figure out who to go to. Santa's the only one that I know. So it would be, that would probably be my first choice, to go out to Utah with him.
Great choice.
Yeah. But it would have been super nice to be in San Diego and just go cruise up and down the ridge, Tory, and watching golf. I can say I was one of those guys. People ask me, where were you at? I'm like, when you watch golf, you see the guys flying up and down. Yeah, I was on that. So I would definitely need to get that done so I can come fly out there. You're going to give me a reason to come to San Diego when it's 2 degrees here.
That's true.
I'm taking her to school at, what was it, 2 degrees this morning? Yeah. Like 3 or 2, she says.
Oh.
Yeah. It was
gnarly.
Nice. Yeah.
That's painful cold, bro.
It is. Yeah. But, at Salton, when it got cold, it was 70 degrees during the day and then 40 at night. Here it goes 50 to 40, and we don't have that big a fluctuation. We have much more insulation in the desert, but it's still ridiculous because 10 only gets down to 2. But tomorrow it's going to be like 50, 55, and this weekend's flyable. So we'll have a low of 35 and a high of 55. And 55 here, as Sean knows, because you're in what? Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah, when it's 50 in the middle of winter, that's shorts and t-shirt weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So.
Ryan Roberts said in the comments, he said, for your information, Black's Beach is a nude beach. That's the base of Torrey Pines.
We went down there. Yeah.
You did?
We did twice, actually. It was that good the first time.
Stop. Oh, yeah. Man.
We didn't get that. I don't think we got to Black's Beach. We were south of Torrey, and there was just one man running in a banana hammock. So
it's not the nude beach that you think it is.
Yeah,
it's a one party club.
Who was it? It was Chris. Was it Chris? Chris has got a story for that. He'll chime in. He was down there. He saw some stuff.
So he ended up landing down at the beach?
I don't know if he landed down at the beach, but
hike down.
Here he goes. Bad sights on that beach, he says.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. I've never been down there, and it'd be anything but just bad. It's not. I don't recommend it.
Wow.
It motivates you to actually be a really good thermal flyer. You want to get trained at Torrey? That's a good place to get trained.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll teach you some good stuff. So seriously, man, you want to get training, you want to get signed off. So Chris Santa Croce, that means you're going to have to drive over there.
I think I'd fly. I did enough driving this week, the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did like your little house.
Yeah, it's great.
Kind of cool. I left that little clip in the video for you, the one where I used your bathroom.
Oh, yeah, that was you that left that in the toilet. Nice. I appreciate that.
So I left that in the video. That's a highlight.
Beautiful.
Saturday morning.
Chris and I don't know who teaches down at Torrey. Your guy.
Max Marion can teach you.
Right.
I don't know who's teaching right now. I think JC's the guy. I keep beating on him to come on the show.
The way I want to do it, I want to go into it like I know absolutely nothing. Zero. like nothing. Like I've never flown anything before. I want to try and act that way.
Right.
Talk to like somebody that knows nothing. I don't want to carry any over good habits, bad habits. I just want to start fresh.
Right.
And then I can actually be on paraglidingtalk.com and know something about just paragliding, free flight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Did you do any free flight on this last trip?
None.
No free flight at the dunes either?
No.
Dang
No.
it.
Did a couple tandems. Did some wing testing, and we were only there for 2 days. So
Right. So how was the dunes?
the dunes were great. We had a few motor outs, so luckily I had that side by side to go do some rescues.
Oh, really?
Really, yeah.
Who?
One was a C clip on the throttle. I don't remember what the other one, and another one was just motor out. So luckily, just 3 of them in one day.
Oh.
Come say hi, kiddo. Holy, your hair sticks out in the screen.
Whoa.
Yeah.
She got big.
Oh, I know.
What in the world?
No, what are you eating? Nothing? No, she's eating nothing.
She said, I'm not a baby anymore, Dad.
Right. Almost 8, 7.5.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, no free flying in the dunes. And then we went to the flying circus after that, which was amazing.
Oh, yeah. I do need to ask about that because I saw some pretty cool videos. I just sent you an invite, Matt, if you're in the chat, if you're still around. Hey, Dustin T. Myers in the chat. Dustin T. Myers, the guy who let me fly his motor.
Ah, yes, met him.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like when I get my motor, I have to trust somebody to fly it. Dude, that guy went on a limb to let me fly it. That's pretty awesome.
You don't have to let anybody fly your stuff.
No, I'm just saying, like, he let me fly his stuff.
I know, so did I. Both of us.
No, you
and
didn't.
Wings.
You pointed at some random person's stuff and you were like, yeah, just fly that.
Oh yeah, it disappeared after you flew. I don't know whose it was. It worked out perfect. I don't know where they were, but they didn't need it at that point.
Was that a training? That was for your students, that motor that I flew?
Yeah, that's one of my training motors.
The 185, Moster 185.
Yeah. So I had the student from Denver. He was coming down, and he's got the electric PPG, or paramotor. So he only gets 20 minutes. So I figured I'd bring it down for him as a backup for myself, and for you, of course. So I brought a few wings, and it got a few hours. Which is
I like
good.
the Spider, by the way, or the Ozone Spider.
Right. Yeah.
Amazing.
It worked out. It's that thing. I picked it up from a guy last year, and it had 8 hours on it. Leave that alone, please.
Now, I didn't take a close look at that. Is that is it a lightweight version of another wing?
Well,
or is it just regular wing?
It's lighter than the other Spider that was there.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's because of dust, moisture, this and that, but one of my guys from Omaha also had a Spider that was a few years older, and it was considerably heavier. So I don't know if it was a Spider 1, 2. I know the 3s are lighter, but it was definitely lighter than a Spider that was there that one of the guys from home brought, because his wife was launching it, and she said, "Man, yours is so much lighter." And whether it's because of age, I don't know.
Yeah, probably just full of dirt.
I didn't compare theirs. Yeah, full of dirt.
Yeah, that's like the wing that I borrowed from you. Larry from Pear Orange Products. He's got something for us tonight. What you got for us, Larry?
Well, good evening. So just to bring everybody up to speed on this side of the country, we're all getting ready for the fly-in at Palm Bay, which now I think is referred to as the Florida Fun Bash. And Sean, I understand you're going to be joining us this year.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, wait till a big lady hears that. You're her favorite person.
Good, because I'm looking forward to saying hey to her too, Larry.
She's going to be tickled pink when I go back inside tonight.
Yeah.
Does she have an accent?
No, I have an accent. It's called New
But
York.
she doesn't?
No, she sounds like a New Yorker from Italy. A New Yorker from Italy.
Hey, Matt Minyard.
So
Can you hear me?
So anyway, we're all getting ready for the big fly-in. This is one of our big ones on the. It's one of the few we have left here on the East Coast. But more than that, I wanted to take the time tonight, and we join these shows and try to pick up any little morsel of information, whether it's good, bad. Josh shares some good information about training, and let's face it, these shows bring a lot of good training information to the light. And I want to thank, and I think we all want to thank, an idea that came from your sister show, from David Wolf, the idea for a simulated
reserve. Yeah.
I have to tell you, I've had the luxury, probably more than a lot of people, I guess in the last 2 weeks, I've done about 50 throws with the simulator. And that's because we've been testing them out to make sure they stand up to the rigorous throwing that people will be putting on it. And, every time and the first 2 times I threw, and I think I mentioned this on somebody's show, I botched the first 2 throws. And I was sitting in patio furniture with the reserve attached to it on the ground, not under stress, not under pressure. Maybe I'm just not that good. And I just messed up the first 2 throws that if my life depended on it, it would have been a bad situation. But I did pull out of it, got used to it and got the feel of it. And like everything we do, which we refer to as muscle memory, when you throw the laundry, it's muscle memory. And the shame of it is a lot of us never get to do this until our life depends on it.
I want to try it.
Oh, well, at Palm Bay, we're going to be introducing them at Palm Bay, and I'm going to continue to call it Palm Bay. Kyle and Travis are setting up. They're going to be doing training all day long. Everybody has an opportunity to come over, get in a harness, and do a throw. And I think when people first do it and they realize how bad or how much we don't know what to do, it's going to open people's eyes. And I've got to personally thank David Wolf, because this was his idea. We may have designed it, but this was David's idea. And I'll tell you what, it is one of the best ideas. I know we all buy cameras and we all buy lights and we all buy goodies and we buy toys and we spend money like water. But for around $60 to buy a device that you can practice to save your life, I would invest in that before I invest in a set of lights and any kind of goodie out there. Something that's going to save our lives, I think, is really worth the investment. But even if you can't buy one, get together with a few friends, chip in, buy one, and practice throwing the reserve. We've been getting a lot of calls from schools, and as people know, we do a lot of business with schools. We make a lot of products for schools. And on this particular product, we are going to be selling it through some of our schools and some of our dealers, but we will not be private labeling this. It will have our name monogrammed on it. We will only sell it the way that we build it. And that's because we don't want anybody to substitute something else. A lot of time and effort and care is going into this. And it's something you may never use. And it's something that people can joke about. I've heard some instructors say, if you fly the way I tell you to fly and when to fly, you'll never need one. At one time, you have a problem where, and it's happened to a friend of mine, his brake line went into his prop. He was lucky enough that it broke off and he was able to come down with his D-steering. But the first time that you need to use it, know how to use it. So, David, it was a great idea. We put a lot of work into this. I think it's something that I wish I could give everybody one for free. Unfortunately, we can't.
How much are they, by the way?
They're going to retail for about $62 each. And if you have to think about it, for those of you who, like I do, get their reserves repacked, I should do it more than I do, but that's over $100 to repack a reserve. So if you throw your reserve just for the sake of throwing it, it's $100. And you don't want to throw your reserve 3 or 4 times and then just put it away and use it. So it's quite a cheap investment to make. These are all handmade. We don't make these overseas. We make them ourselves in Florida. But more than the idea of selling it and being a marketeer, it's really something, I don't care if you go get a Ziploc bag and fill it with sand and practice throwing. We all need to practice throwing a reserve. Whether you use my product or you just take grandma's pocketbook and fill it with dirt, you need to practice that.
Ryan Roberts from ppgsmoke.com is with us.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm feeling safer than ever right now.
So stemming from Larry's comments, and thanks for letting me join and kind of ad hoc do things. Safety is really pretty important, and although we do manufacture overseas, I think it's important to stress that we are made on Earth. And there's some really interesting things going on over there right now, one of which is coronavirus. And I've been working with the same team for over 8 years now, and they are very much like family in many regards. So with that being said, pretty much everyone in the supply chain, regardless of who you work with, is very negatively impacted by everything going on over there right now. So
Yeesh.
the reason I'm mentioning this is because everyone's asking about strobe status. We have about 80 units here in the US that we went through testing with. We made some rework to the PCB. And ultimately, the first pass we made in our production run, there was an error. I like fully own it, can't have to be totally honest. And the error was as simple as a trace length on the board being too far from a capacitor. And the change is very minor and done, but we are completely held up as with most everyone. And what's even more interesting is that all of the US suppliers that do PCB manufacturing are also held up when you start talking to them, because they source the majority of the materials from Taiwan, essentially the APAC region. But yeah, I mean, we're excited. I'll send out an update tomorrow, but it looks like the guys are going to be back in office, this coming week.
Nice, good update. I know that a lot of people are waiting.
Yeah, they do exist.
I got I went up to the booth and I filmed it. So on Saturday, they're going to get a little, you'll get a little shout out in the video.
Nice. Yeah, there was a huge line at the booth at Salton Sea.
Well, you saw that one fly and you didn't know who it was, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Somebody
it's
was
funny,
using
Chad Bastion flew by in front of everyone and like 4 people asked, like, what the hell? The strobes are all in sync and they're super bright. And it was funny because I didn't realize it was Chad Bastion. And I asked Dan, who's leading the engineering, are ours going to be that bright? And he's like, well, they could be ours. So,
nice.
Yeah. So,
Matt Minders, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You're actually using the microphone from your headset through your phone through your Cena.
Yeah, I forgot headphones, so I'm at the shop, so this is what happened. Right?
I love it.
Pretty good. Does it sound okay?
It sounds excellent.
Yeah, nice one.
Better than Ryan Roberts.
Got to improvise, I couldn't find any headphones, so.
Yeah, that's awesome. What do you got going on back there?
Yeah, I got a bunch of motors in today, so I just unboxed everything and put a few together.
Nice.
To keep everyone in the air, doing my job.
You got one job, Matt, to get me in the air.
Yeah.
One job.
Yeah.
I need to put some stickers on my helmet.
Yeah.
You got any stickers?
I didn't know that I like stickers, but turns out I do. Yeah, I got one. I'm going to send you a sticker. Send it PPG. How about that?
Love it.
You down?
I'm down. Oh, by the way, we're going to give something away right now. We're going to give a PPG Smoke Chase Cam away. Not from Ryan Roberts, though.
Yeah.
It is Ryan Roberts who made it, but it's actually Mike S. Mike S. Has one. He somehow he got an extra one. And so he wants to give that away tonight. So let's spin the wheel.
Okay.
Dun, da, da,
da. Oh, dang. Is that the PPG Smoke deal?
Yeah, I'm holding one.
Okay. We're going to come back to that because that's pretty cool.
All right. We ready?
Yeah, spin it.
All right, here we go.
Mike
Wheel is
S.
spinning.
If you win your own chase cam, you just have to keep it. Okay.
Oh,
Bobfather.
PPG
Bobfather. I was
Bobfather.
with him.
PPG Bobfather.
Congratulations.
PPG
Okay.
Bobfather.
Here's how we have to do
Nice.
this.
Hello.
Bobfather, if you will give me your details,
I think this is the last one.
I will send you.
What a jackass.
He's in
I'll
my flying
connect you
group. I'll
guys.
make sure he gets it, Robert.
Okay. Perfect.
Hey, quick question. So that's pretty
Yeah.
interesting. He flies a trike.
What a
You
joke.
use that with a trike, Ryan?
I don't see why not.
Right? Any different?
Can you
I think
Ask
he's-
Matt Minyard.
And Ryan, did you hear Ryan Roberts? Because I wasn't taking a shot at him because this stuff is made in China. I just said it's all here.
No.
made in America.
Hey,
I
so
pissed
I
off.
didn't.
Ooh,
Mute.
whoa.
It's live.
Cha-ching.
Gotta mute. There you go.
Doing it live. That's $10.
Yeah.
$10, huh? Tell Larry pull out his cash. Like Larry's going through it right now.
Oh, that is awesome. Straight
Oh,
drama
man.
live stream.
Because you have
This
to
is
put one
good.
in the jar.
Brutal. I love it.
Yeah.
Bring the drama. So, anyways, congratulations, PPG Bobfather. The question was, can you use it? on
PPG
the-
Bobfather said give it another spin.
Did he really? Okay, yeah,
That's-
because
That's
he's on
what
a
he put
trike.
in. I mean,
Okay, spin it again.
Okay, well, there we go. I'm gonna.
Look at Josh's.
I'll spin it again. You ready?
Oh my gosh.
All right, it's spinning. I'd like to say thanks to PPG Bobfather for giving it another shot for someone
Yeah.
else. Never trust a
Shane.
skinny chef Shane.
Shane is a YouTuber. He will definitely be happy about that.
He needs floats before chase cam.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Never trust a skinny chef Shane. I have a long name. It's longer than a sentence long. Done very, very good.
I watched. He went live
Very
the other
loyal.
day. And,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's been around. He's followed us for a while. So congratulations. Never trust a skinny chef Shane. But special thanks to PPG Bobfather for making that happen.
What do you got there, Ryan? Matt Minyard?
Someone said floats, so
Oh, I didn't know you had those.
oh yeah. You gotta
Okay.
keep the
Epic.
goodies.
Okay, so never trust a skinny chef Shane says to roll it again.
No.
Oh.
He has one already.
He said give it another spin. I have one already.
Somebody's getting one.
Are you absolutely sure never trust
Okay,
a skinny
no.
chef Shane?
Don't ask
Ryan
him again.
Roberts,
Spin
by
it
the way.
again. He's already
Okay.
got one.
I'm gonna spin it again. See? I should add to the suspense and make it like a 30-second spin. So that
Yeah.
way, people are like biting
Yeah.
their nails, like, is it gonna be me? Here we go.
This show has taken just a whole nother level tonight. I show up late. I hit the go live button 30
Early.
minutes early. Nick Griffin,
Nick
congratulations.
Griffith.
I've got all these names I'm crossing out. Nick Griffith. Nick Griffith.
Congratulations, Nick Griffith.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do, Nick Griffith. We need you to go to paraglidingtalk.com, and then you just got to go and fill out the form that says contact. Send me your information, and then I'll connect you with Mike S. Woo! Thank you so much. Mike S., I appreciate you giving that away. Matt Minyard, bro.
He says what?
Dude, Torrey
you-
Pines. Man.
I know, and you got to fly the Leopard. I still haven't even got to fly the
Oh
Leopard yet.
yeah. Oh, don't forget Leopard. Leopards, baby.
Are you gonna get a Leopard?
Yeah, it's gonna happen at some point. I'm not like itching to get one. I don't paraglide that often, so
Right. That's a
I
spicy
feel
wing,
like-
bro.
yeah, I feel like you gotta respect that kind of D glider, 2-liner, hottest glider, fastest glider in production. So I'm like a on my best day Bonanza 2 kind of guy. So
Oh, that's a good wing.
And yeah, so usually I fly like a high B and or a C. So that's kind of appropriate for me.
I'm with that.
D glider, I would love to fly the Leopard all the time, but you know, might change my mind when it's really turbulent and I'm on a Leopard. So
I've got an idea for you. You,
yeah,
Josh Boden, and Predator Paramotor
yeah,
need to come down for a free flight exclusive
yeah.
trip, and we'll
Oh,
fly
yeah.
the mountains.
Okay.
I'm in.
You know what I'm saying?
Ditto.
And so we can always fly San Diego stuff during the summer. So it's got to be soon. Start booking that.
Will this helmet work?
Uh-huh.
That helmet's fine.
Okay.
Totally fine.
It's certified.
Totally fine.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. That'd be awesome.
That microphone works fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was great.
gosh. You know what I can't wait for? The after show tonight.
Nah.
If you want to join the after show, you're gonna have to.
There's your mom.
You're gonna have to. What?
Answer the phone.
Answer it.
Her mom's calling.
You're gonna have to send your information, but you have to be a Patreon supporter. If you're not a Patreon supporter, you can't come to the after show.
You could start by saying a swear word and you could be a Patreon supporter for years. No.
You could be on the show and cuss, and then you're instantly locked in.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Hey, real quick, there was a question early on when Josh was talking about his business. So Jim
Yes.
CR120, of course. How much does training at your school cost? How long does it last? How many instructors, typical class size, any discounts, and talk about lodging?
I think it's pretty fair to say across the board, it's anywhere from $200 to $3,500. I'm right in the middle at 25. This year I'm doing a little bit different. I have certain reserved times for out-of-towners to come in, and then the people that live nearby, they just kind of come whenever. It's easier to come in, spend at least 3 days. 3 days where you get the morning no wind, the daytime higher wind, the afternoon lower wind, and then the evening no wind. But 3 days straight will put you so far ahead of somebody that wants to come in at 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock. But ideally, I'd like somebody to be 7 to 10 days. That's going to work out best. You're going to get I got to take this off.
No, don't take it off. Don't take it off.
You're going to
No. Cost you.
you're going to get the best experience that, what you can give is going to be the best. You're going to get out of it what you put in. I'm not one to say, yeah, you're good. 3 flights, go home. And I don't really stop teaching. Like if they've got 20 flights and they're still not proficient at everything, I think they need to come back.
Students per instructor ratio?
1 to 2. I don't really have, I think the biggest class I've done is 4. And then there was me during the kiting and any technical stuff with motors or towing or anything like that. There was 3, at least 2 to 3 of us. But kiting wise, I think setting somebody up with another student is better than setting them up with an instructor, because I can do things and make it look, it's annoying because I can do something. And, I had some people from Omaha, they were watching Maddie take off and land and kite. And they're like, how does he do it? I'm like, well, he's been doing it for a bit. So if a student sees me doing something, it's one thing. If they see another student doing it and then they switch back and forth, like, I'm doing that thing too, and they get to see. So I think they learn just as much from each other while learning how to handle the glider as they do, have an instructor tell them what to do. But everybody learns different. I'm really flexible.
I'm just over here typing.
I don't know if I answered everybody's questions, but
Yeah, You covered it. There was another part in there that talked about towing, asked about towing, but you brought that up earlier, so that's good. Linda Anderson, Robert Michael's mom, says you rock.
Thank you. Yeah,
He does.
I'm nowhere near the level that I want to be. Hanging out with Matt the last week, I learned from watching him. I learned from talking to him. Hanging around. I like to just try to absorb every little thing, the bad things and the good. Being at the Flying Circus, being at Salton Sea, it was good to see different things, and I try to absorb and learn from the good and the bad. So I will never be the best of the best, but I will try to follow in everybody's footsteps and be as good as I can.
Any good takeaways from the trip? Anything that you learned that you want to share with everybody?
I think, a big thing that I saw, and I'm not harping on anybody, but I really think that good ground control is really key. You see a lot of people with subpar launches, and they go up and they rip a damn near wingtip drag or huge wing overs, but their launches and landings kind of suck. Take progression. Yeah, it might be easier to rip around on a C or D glider, but maybe you should only be on a B. And just, watch yourself. I've got some videos of some of the guys that were from Omaha. One guy's taking off and somebody inflates a glider, and it's always head on a swivel, especially when there's 200 people that fly in. And just watch everybody else. You can always learn. Never think that you've got it all figured out, because you don't. As soon as you think you do, somebody's going to one up you.
Yeah, it looked like Matt Minier gave a demonstration out in Arizona how not to fly, huh?
He's drinking hot sauce straight out of the bottle. What is that, Minier?
Louisiana style.
Yeah, my buddy Superfly sent me this hot sauce. So
Truff?
It's called Truff. It's in like a world-class kind of case. Dude, the packaging is like PPG smoke level right here. It's got a gold rim. Okay. And then check it out. It even has like holders, right? Look at this display. And it's so good.
Like diarrhea in a box. You just open it and it
just drinking it.
Oh wow. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Shrimp later.
We're in Louisiana,
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Maddie did come in on a landing, erratic craziness. A couple people by me were standing thinking that he was going to just blast them. And
yeah,
it was great.
It kind of just, I was out there and then the wind switched on me, and all of a sudden, I was faced at the side. You know what I mean?
That was great.
Oh yeah.
People were worried.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it was under control and it was all fun.
It was.
I think it was part of the circus act. So.
Yeah. Two of us didn't move. We were just standing there as 4 or 5 people are jumping out of the way, and we're like, yeah, he's not going to run into us. It was a very controlled circus act. It was good.
Yeah. That was fun.
What was it like flying through the fireworks?
It was like crazy. Yeah.
It's like a dream.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you ever get hit by?
No, I didn't get hit. You could feel it blast you on your chest though.
Oh really?
You could feel the boom, from the sky.
That's rad.
Yeah. About.
Do you like feeling boom when you're in the sky, I guess?
Yeah, no, but you feel it like when you're close to the explosion, you feel it hit your chest and all your skin, Yeah.
Love it.
Oh yeah. Dude, it was crazy good.
That was a good time. Absolutely.
We are going to go to the after show because there's just too much stuff going on. If you're a Patreon supporter, if you haven't started supporting the show on Patreon and you want to just to join for this episode, it's worth it. And so we're going to go to the after show. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Josh Boden, thank you, my man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. What do you got, Sean? You got something?
Well, researches PPG. I gotta say this,
Yeah.
but he says Minyard is such a traitor. He lives right next to Tabasco plant farm at Avery Island.
Yeah.
So much for hometown loyalty. I don't know.
You can chug this stuff. This is like imitation hot sauce. This is a joke. You got to get the real Tabasco #1 hot sauce. Matter of fact, I'll send y'all some. Anyone wants it, just write me. It's only sold here, the ones I get. It's not sold in stores. So.
It's a special type of Tabasco.
It is. Yeah, it is. They
See, I didn't know
celebrate 150 years making the hot sauce, and we fly literally over their factory. Me and my local buddy David, we fly right over the whole facility.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They probably got a little fine print in there that's real little, like commercials. It's real fine. You can't even read it, and it says may cause diarrhea, upset stomach. Like the explosive kind that you don't want. Like, yeah, don't use your friend's bathroom after ingestion.
Yeah, Robert.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. If you get Matt, if you can drink it, eat it, whatever, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Good work. You're a braver man than I.
It's easy.
I didn't know you liked hot stuff.
My next glider, I want to have Tabasco all over it, so I'm working on that.
Nice. Nice. We're gonna go to the after show. Hang tight if you're
Paraglidingtalk.com.